Hey guys! In this video, I'm going to talk to you all about how I improved my cursive handwriting. Some of you might be confused about this and argue that a lot of people take notes by hand and this isn't really necessary, but I would say that there are definitely a ton of studies done by universities and other institutions about how handwriting things is actually way more beneficial to you as a student because it does increase your neural activity, and specifically when you are writing with cursive, there are additional cognitive benefits associated with it, so it's definitely something that you at least want to give a chance to trying. Just like you would practice print handwriting, it's important to have good posture and a comfortable grip on your writing utensil when you are practicing cursive handwriting, and if you don't already naturally angle your paper or notebook, it might be a good idea to do so. I'm a left-handed person, so I have the bottom right corner of my paper or notebook a little bit closer towards me, and it would be vice versa for those who are right-handed. But I think that the main thing that really helped my cursive improve a lot was the fact that I continually did it. And I found a really easy way to incorporate cursive handwriting in my daily life by deciding to journal in cursive. For those who don't know, I use this Bloom Daily Planners notebook that I will link down below if you're curious. And this is a notebook that has super nice paper that's really thick, and it's really smooth as well, so it's easy for me to practice my handwriting on. And also, journaling has benefits of its own beyond just as a way to practice handwriting, so I would definitely recommend doing that just because you get both the benefits of journaling as well as practicing your cursive handwriting on a pretty regular basis. And I found that that was something that was just really useful for me. When I first started doing this, I really took my time with every single word to make them as clean as possible and to really just start relearning that muscle memory of cursive lettering. And that's just because I haven't needed to use cursive in a long time, like since I really used it in like elementary school. And so I definitely would recommend starting out really slow. If you haven't looked at cursive in a long time, it might be a good idea to look online for the upper and lowercase letters in cursive and just refamiliarize yourself with that. Another way to practice doing that is to practice the alphabet. And I know that seems super tedious, so I don't do it myself very often, but when I do, I like to do two things. First, do the entire alphabet connected as if it was one entire word, because you don't normally write cursive letters as standalone letters. They're usually part of a word, and that's how you normally would practice them anyways. So doing it as one continuous line or just separating out each letter. And either way, I think is helpful, and the more repetition you have with cursive, the better and more comfortable you are going to be with that movement, and then cursive will slowly become second nature, just like normal handwriting is to most people. Since I'm a student, I thought it would be really convenient for me to work through some of my schoolwork in cursive as well, and so over the summer I had this summer assignment to take and outlined notes from this book we were reading for my AP literature class. And so as you can see, I did all of my normal outlines in my normal handwriting of like print font and all that sort of stuff. But after that, I kind of decided that I wanted a more summarized version of these like multiple paged notes, and I decided to really cut it down to just like 1 or 2 sentences per chapter instead of a little paragraph of like bullet points. And so I decided to do that in cursive, and although it did take me quite some time to fill out this paper, I found that it was really useful for me because first, I had a summarized version of my notes, and second, I was able to practice my cursive. This was during the summer though, so I did have a lot of extra time to spend as much time as I needed to make this as neat as possible. But I feel like doing this really like made it easier for me to transition to using cursive in my normal life at school, and I found that it was also useful just to have for my assignment. So if you can find different things like that to just do cursive just in a little bit, I'm not saying to write an entire essay in cursive instead of print because that might like kill your hand, at least at first, but I think that if you find small ways to incorporate it, it will really, really help you overall with improving that. Like I said before, I've slowly started incorporating cursive handwriting into my studying, and I've even started doing that at school. These are very recent lecture notes from my AP government class, and they were actually just like fill in the blank notes. I just had to put in like terms and then like any additional notes I had. And since I didn't have to worry about writing as quickly as I could really spend my time on each and every word, and so I decided to take that opportunity to practice my cursive with that. And I found that just like the more and more I did this, the more comfortable I became. If you go ahead and immediately start writing in cursive as fast as you can, there's a really good chance it won't be very neat, just because you probably aren't super used to doing cursive in that way. So I would definitely recommend starting slow, and as soon as you've become super comfortable with cursive, you are able to write faster with it. So practice really does make perfect in this case. Beyond just doing extra cursive practice in your daily life, it might be a good idea to check out different like YouTube tutorials. I know I've seen a ton of like different like courses that are multiple videos long that just kind of walk you through how to write in cursive properly. And there are a ton of like blogs and different websites that offer similar advice and services. So if you want to really have the proper way and method to improving cursive and making it as traditional as possible, definitely find those. The internet is full of resources, so that's definitely a place to start. I didn't do that personally just because I wanted my handwriting to really just be my handwriting and just reflect me and not be something I've like copied from somewhere else and just kind of made my own, if that makes sense. But those are definitely viable options if you are really serious about cursive. Be sure to check out my previous video if you enjoyed this one. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also check out my Snapchat, Instagram, and Tumblr accounts. Bye guys!